I've been thinking about castles in medieval England, particularly those built by Edward I. He was one of the great castle builders in English history, in part because he wanted to use castles as a way of controlling the Welsh and Scottish borders, having conquered those countries. And one of the kind of remarkable things about Edward's reign is his full embrace of Arthurian legend. Inspired by the stories of Geoffrey of Monmouth in History of the Kings of Britain, Edward styled himself as a new Arthur, as the man to reunite the British Isles and to conquer land on the continent. And he was very successful in at least the first of those endeavours. But it wasn't just a political kind of outlook or programme, it was also how he styled himself. He would hold round table feasts. Yes, round table feasts where they would make a table, giant round tables, and then kind of imitate the Knights of the Round Table. They would have feasts and tournaments, singing and storytelling and jousting. Of course, Edward was very good at all of these things. He would hold events where he would knight new knights, that they would make oaths together, especially on the Feast of Pentecost, very much like in the Arthurian legends. And he even connected himself directly with the bones of Arthur that were exhumed from Glastonbury Abbey. Now, part of this was, as I've said, a political programme about the kind of right of destiny, that I am a new Arthur, restoring the Arthurian Golden Age. I am the legitimate King of England, and I'm going to bring about a great reign. But I think one of the kind of further points of this is that we often have this sharp division between the legends of Arthur and that kind of fairy tale world and the historical reality of medieval England. But I actually think something like the court of Edward and also his grandson, Edward III, is a blending of the two. By imitating the Arthurian stories, Edward I is himself becoming part of those stories. And indeed, the heroic deeds that he performed, for example, fighting off an assassin when he was on crusade, these are the sorts of things which belong in Arthurian legends. So actually what emerges then is the castles that Edward built kind of override the divide between myth and history. They are legendary and historical at one and the same time. They are a breaking in of literature into reality. Just fantastic.